So this is the Lego Mindstorms Photobot for taking 360-degree pictures for use with the Samsung Gear VR. I'm going to start it running because it takes a while, and then I'll talk about it a bit while it's actually running. So to get it started, we do the normal thing to create a 360-degree picture on the Note 4. You go into the camera app, change the mode to 360-degree spherical picture, and it will start going. Now we want to get the little dot lined up right in the center there, so I'm going to just manually adjust it a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to helps to just restart it at this point. Okay, so it's going to take the first picture, and then I'm going to start the Mindstorms going. Okay, so what we have going on here is that there's one Mindstorms motor down at the bottom here, which is geared down so it's making the wheels turn slowly, and such that one wheel will turn in one direction and the other wheel will turn in the other direction, so the whole thing will rotate on the spot. At the same time, on this side we have gearing which will allow us to pivot the camera to point it up or down. As it spins around, the Samsung photo software automatically takes a new picture each time it hits the right direction. So right now we're just spinning around in place to get the first set of pictures in a circle. Once it gets all the way around, which it should do about now, it will start to pivot. So now it's pointing the camera up. It will get to the point where it's going to take the second set of pictures, and it's going to rotate all the way around again. So this way we get basically one set of photos pointing straight horizontal, and then we're going to get two sets of photos pointing up, and once it's done that we're going to get two sets of photos pointing down, and then also one photo pointing straight up in the air and one photo pointing straight down, so we get the full 360-degree pictures. You can of course do this without using the Mindstorms, just by pointing the camera, but this kind of does it in an automated way and makes it less error prone and less cumbersome to do. And it also has the advantage that you can actually be in the pictures, because you can set this going and then go and be somewhere in the scene. You can't move around obviously because it's taking lots of pictures, and so you'll end up in lots of different places, and then you'll just create a mess when it stitches all the pictures together. Okay, so it's done the first two sets, and it has now pivoted up a bit more, and it's going around to do the next set. Now you'll notice that the camera is actually here, and we're pivoting actually from the middle of the phone. It would be better if we could pivot from the camera, but that creates too much weight of the camera to be able to move it up and down easily, so compromised and have it pivoting in the middle of the phone so that it's balanced of the weight either side, and it can easily take it up and down. Also, it has to be on a completely level surface, otherwise as it's turning around, sometimes it's pointing a little bit up and sometimes it's pointing a little bit down, and then the software doesn't get the right positions to take the pictures. And I've got it on this little Lego baseboard here so that the wheels can get a relatively good traction. If you put it on carpet, they tend to slip a little bit. Okay, so it's right there, it's just done the picture pointing straight up, and now it's pivoting the camera back down, and it's going to go all the way down and start doing the pictures pointing downwards. So there we go, and now it's doing the first set of pictures pointing downwards. There was already a video posted which shows how you can use these pictures in the Gear VR. It's actually very simple. You just have to copy them into the Oculus 360 folder on the SD card. I'll put a link to that video. Once you've got this image, you can put it there and it works. Now obviously this is not a stereoscopic image, we're just taking one 360 degree with one camera here. It would be awesome if we could do stereo, but that's a much more difficult problem. Even without stereo, the sense of space you get from having the 360 degrees with head tracking is pretty good. And yes, the pictures don't completely line up. You will be able to see the seams, especially when you're in a small space, but still the effect is fairly decent. I will put a link also to a sample picture taken of this, taken using this. So we're just going around now and doing the final rotation with the camera pivoted pointing almost straight down. So just this one last rotation to do. Once it gets around, it will then take the final picture pointing straight down, and after that the phone position will reset itself and the software will automatically go into processing the image into or stitching the images together into one 360-degree picture. So there we are, all the way around. Take the picture pointing straight down, and now the software has gone into processing and the Mindstorms robot is resetting the phone position. I should point out the phone is just mounted in here in a bracket. It slides in and out with a little lock pin to stop it falling out. And that's it, the 360-degree Photobot for taking pictures for the Samsung Oculus Gear VR.